Hello, I'm Felicia Vereen, always known as Fee.
Hey Fee, and I'm your girl Sharita 3, better known as Fred.
And we are Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast all about uplifting you.
Yes.
Because friends, face it, you are awesome.
We'll be chatting up about topics we love to talk about. All the things we as women must juggle every day and the ish we complain about.
But who's listening?
Girl,
we'll chat about the struggle, the job, and about him. You know who we talking about.
Girl.
That boo, husband, boyfriend, ex, whatever you calling them today. Our lovely hellions, kids.
Our angels. But seriously, friends, life happens, and we don't always get a chance to talk about it. We take it on the chin and we keep it moving.
Because that's what we were told to do.
Yep.
But here on Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast with Red and Fee, we are the friends you love to hang out with. We are here to inspire her, the Total Woman.
Yes. We are here to inspire her, him, them, they, all of that.
Whatever. We here. Look, we're here to inspire whoever's listening. That's where we at. Whoever listening, we here to inspire you. Because look, we're doing good things just in general. You know?
We are.
Red got Meet the Threats going on in Richmond, little red carpet affair.
Oh.
I was feeling myself. Saw myself up on the big screen. I'm like,
you like that shout out for Inspire Her?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Anytime Inspire Her gets a shout out, it's all good. Now look, I want y'all to tell y'all friends. Look, I know y'all I can tell that y'all looking at us in replay mode. Well, we want y'all on live sometimes. We want y'all to be right here with us, talking to us, telling us about, how you feeling about what we're saying, different things like that. So we're going to give y'all a little bit more time. We're going to do a little bit more advertising and all that. Try to get y'all to come be online with us.
Yeah, we do want to more interaction and comments and stuff. So, but this hopefully is a hot topic. I thought about it. I'm like, this topic that we're doing, does it seem old or we late reporting? But then it's like something happens every single day. So we could be on a month from now and still something to talk about.
Well, the whole subject is old because how long has it really been going on?
True that. And a lot of stuff is resurfacing as well.
But let me say this. First, everything we say today is allegedly. Yes. We ain't been in these people's houses. We haven't been in these people's rooms. So we have no clue what is going on. All we are going by is a court case that was sent to us to read. And the whole entire court case was sent to us. And it's
by a producer. Yes, by one of our producers. We got a producer.
I got a producer, child.
And so when did they come home from school?
Oh, she already came. Oh, you mean for the summer?
Yeah.
Well, she's doing a big girl thing, and she's going to stay up in Kennesaw and get her a job and go to summer school. So
wow. Well,
I sent her a message. It's funny that you brought that up because I sent her a message a little while ago. So I miss you.
Oh,
I do. It was just me and her.
I know.
Mama.
So just the hop, skip, jump. Mm-hmm.
But last time I went up there, because she had no time for me. So I was like, this is my spring break. I'm going to enjoy myself.
Yes, as you should. As you should.
I am enjoying myself. And I came to Richmond, came for my Deltaversary, came for Meet the Threats. I was in Richmond twice.
You were.
Like, what? I enjoyed it. I miss Richmond too. I miss y'all, Richmond.
Hey, we here.
Y'all can visit me. Listen, if you one of my Richmond friends and I've been knowing you for a while, even if I don't know you quite well. You know, if you want to come to Savannah, it's a tourist area. I'll give you a tour. Hey, it's all in fun.
Savannah is beautiful. I'm gonna have to get down there. I did get some good news today that my daughter will be finished in August and walking in December. Thank the Lord.
So am I coming in December too?
Well,
Let me know.
yeah,
You know,
we definitely gonna do something. When she graduates, she said December 14th. She'll be finished in August, summer school, but she wanted to wait until December to walk. So yeah, Saturday, December 14th. So we'll definitely be partying it up after graduation.
let me know so I can put that on my calendar because
We'll do.
plane or airplane will travel. I don't think I'm
Absolutely.
driving no more, but who knows?
Mm-mm.
Who knows? Well, listen, our topic tonight is Diddy do it? So you can play that two different ways. We're not
Yes.
saying Diddy do it. We're
Mm-mm.
saying Diddy
Did he
do
do
it?
it?
You know, like P Diddy did he do it?
I
And
don't know.
it's like, man, I want to believe the best, but this little boy, that got this court case against him, I think was one of his assistants. Um, he ain't making it look too good, friend.
Um, well,
It
ever
ain't
since
too.
Cassie situation came out, they've been suing him. Like every time you turn around, it's a lawsuit coming up.
Oh my
Lawsuit,
god!
lawsuit.
It's like
But
once you open the Pandora's box, it's open. It's open.
mhm.
I mean, allegedly. I'm gonna keep saying that because I don't want nobody coming and suing Inspire Her now. Allegedly, Cuba Gooden Jr. is named in this lawsuit, and that ain't
He's,
allegedly. That's a fact. It's in
yeah,
the
he is. He
it's
is.
in the
But
paperwork.
I mean, I read some of it, and I don't know. It's like it's easy to say you were coerced into doing something, but I feel like we still have choice. And this all I feel like this none of this came out until he didn't get that Grammy that he was promised. So
Who didn't get the Grammy?
the guy Lil Rod. So
Yeah.
in the lawsuit, Diddy allegedly promised him all of these things: money, a Grammy for working on the Love album, and all of that kind of stuff. So I
But the
just
other
don't.
way you can think about it, though, Sharita, is that a lot of people do things when they promise something, and when you don't get what you promised,
And that's what it's like a retaliation. You didn't give me, so I'm gonna sell you out. Cassie got her money, then I'm gonna come back. I mean, even reading the situation about the Cuba Gooding Jr., he felt like Puffy groomed him or pretty much sold him to Cuba Gooding or passed him off, he said. But my thing is, the moment you felt uncomfortable, you allowed this man to touch you, go up your thigh. A man, you a
well,
stranger, I don't care celebrity or not. If you touching me for the first time, I'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't do that. It's a video going around with Puffy and Mike Tyson were sitting on the couch, and Puffy kind of went to, oh, you got to see that. Puffy went to kind of touch him on his, and Mike Tyson immediately moved his arm and did like this in the chair. That is what a man would do if he's uncomfortable with
see,
another man.
but I'm not even. I mean, this is just the information he's giving us, right? I'm just using this information as saying this is all that's going on in this world.
It's a lot. It's a
It's
lot. Hey,
all that's going on in in Puffy's world. And this little boy, regardless of whether it's retaliation or whatever it is, if it's a lie, come out and say it's a lie. But it's so many people that's coming to back up these stories that it's like, I don't care if the little boy win the case or whatever, he mad or whatever. It's just that it's time to reveal what happened. Now you got people coming out talking about my sweetheart's murder, Tupac, how he got killed, who put out the hit. Now I think some real stuff is gonna come out because people are not scared anymore.
Yeah, and it's going back to J-Lo and a possibility of her being called again.
And Biggie and everybody. So I mean, I think Sean has some people higher up. Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying allegedly. You know, Clive Davis was in his pocket. He had some people. So
absolutely,
he was able to do some things.
But
and
you know, Jaguar Wright tell it. Clive Davis did the same thing to him. So that's how he was groomed. So he's just kind of paying it forward. And anytime you get in a situation of having money, you feel like that's power, money, power, and respect. That is what he thrives on. And that is, you know, when you have those things, you feel like you're invincible. And he got to the point where he felt like he was invincible. And what he wanted, he got. And it didn't matter who was in the way. Like the guy, allegedly, he said something like that. Puffy said that he will kill his own mother or hurt his own mother to get what he want, or if anything said in his way. It's in the lawsuit. It's in the lawsuit.
I haven't read the whole thing. I read a majority of it. But that I would never, ever in my entire life say something of that about my own mother.
Yeah.
You know, it gets to the point where it's like, do you think you're God? Do you think you're invincible? Because nobody is. You know, everybody at a certain point you get to a point where, especially when you're getting to a point where think you're bigger than the people who brought you up. You know what I'm saying? The people who brought you on, who helped you get to where you are. When you get to that point, they're the ones who make it so that you can be chopped down like a cherry tree.
Right. Even going back to the raid on his house, the FBI and Homeland Security raiding all three of your homes simultaneously. And you know,
Cassie threw up that word trafficking, and
they got valid proof. They're not gonna waste time and resources if it wasn't any validity to it. This is not TV, so
you see how many people they put on those daggone houses?
Yeah, because he has armed guards at his house. They know like our houses where they could just break in, and they know he got armed security and stuff. Trash his house. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that's what they do. They trash your house when they come in and they do a raid. They don't care about your personal belongings.
No matter who. In the court case, how many people got shot in the studio? I mean, some of this stuff we ain't even hear about. You know, imagine what we have what didn't get to national news. You know, and I feel bad because, you know, of course his sons are of age, and they're at the age where they can say what they want and what they don't want to do. But I hate that, you know, you is this kind of example. This example.
Well, you do it or be cut off. You do it or be cut off, or maybe he groomed them, or they do it. You gonna do it, or you gonna be cut off by resources. Could have been that situation.
Example that you want to leave for them. One of those is what's the old boy name? Pretty boy.
I'll be sure.
I'll be sure, son.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I don't think his son was there. I think it was King and Justin there.
His
wasn't there
as well in some of the stuff on TV, and it's like I hate it. You hate that it's so many people. I promise you by the end of this, it's gonna be so many people dragged down that we never thought. Now I'm seeing stuff allegedly about TD Jakes.
Well, that's been.
I mean, it has, but it's like you wonder, is it real? Is it real? Can you prove it? And when I
It'll
saw
be
him,
over next.
I have been off her bandwagon for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I just, you for people, you don't have too many people to look up to. You know what I'm saying? Not that I ever looked up to him. Um, I did like that he was a mogul. He was able to handle his own business. I mean, when I was at Norfolk State, it wasn't nothing to see Diddy. It wasn't nothing to see Biggie, you know. But back in them days, they were starting out. Now he's a mogul,
Yeah,
and
but you get somebody that young, that successful, that's that much power, and he was always a go-getter, even from uptown. He was always a go-getter. He was always a hard worker. He put the time into it. He put the energy and effort into everything. He built that empire. So it's definitely sad to see it crumble like that. But I think when you get somebody that's, the Bible always said be anxious for nothing. But if you get somebody that's very anxious to get out there and to live this lifestyle or to be a star and all of that kind of stuff, they'll put up with anything. They will accept things and they'll do things that is uncharacteristic. They will sacrifice their morals and their integrity and their character because they just that hungry for this fame. And then you got somebody that's pushing it on you like that too. Like
well, people
Cassie.
always said, be. Um, I've heard in interviews, they be like, "Oh, them Diddy parties, them Diddy parties," and it's like I just thought it was like little freak a leak parties. You make the decision with what you want to do. Not my cup of tea, but I didn't know that, some people being forced, young girls, it's like, and even I'm confused about the Usher thing. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
So we
His
got
mom
some listeners
let
coming
him
in.
go to a camp.
You're right. So we got some listeners coming in. So we're talking about this whole Puff Daddy, Sean Diddy Love. Anytime somebody change their name 50 times, something ain't right with them anyway. But I digress. So we talking about this whole Sean Combs situation and all of the lawsuits and everything that's coming out. Let us know you guys' opinions and what you think about it. What do you think about the guy Rod and his lawsuit and the raid on his house? Do you feel like that they the way they ransacked his house and had his kids in handcuffs? What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I know I can't speak on that part of it because I don't know what they knew or what they know, what the kids been involved in. Because these kids grown men, they
Yeah,
grown,
they did.
they able to make decisions. They've been at the parties. They know this and they know that. Um, I forgot what the girl's name is, but they were saying that she was helping them along with
Young Miami and Joey, definitely
they
Joey.
were helping them get girls to come to the house, and it's just like Tanya says, you don't get that much fame and power and money being nice. The unfortunate
Yeah.
part is the people who are forced into do it and participate into things due to the power and influence of others. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't mind
And it
people.
happened to
This
him.
little boy, if he went into it and he wanted to get his Grammy and they told him what it was going to be about, what you was going to have to do, and he said, "Okay, I'm signing up." Ain't nothing you can say. But if you get into it and it's like you being pressured to do this stuff. You seeing them bring young girls in, and at a certain point, do you get scared? You fear for your life because now it's stuff coming out about allegedly. I'm gonna keep saying this. I wish I could run it across the screen. That it's a man that's saying that he got proof that Diddy put the hit out on Tupac. So it's a lot of stuff. Oh,
What do you?
and
What I
Diddy.
mean, it just makes me feel like the I guess it's the power and wanting to be on top. Just the ego, that's just pure evil. And you see Jay-Z is like out of Dodge. She ain't fooling with him. But it was one point you wouldn't. If you see one, you saw the other. Sean. Now Jay-Z like.
I don't know. You hear the stuff going on with him and Beyonce right now. Something ain't right. Something I can't get into that because we don't know nothing about that. But something ain't right.
So let me ask you this: 50 Cent, is he doing too much or what? Because every time you see, he is riding him like a horse.
I ain't mad at 50. I ain't
and
mad
then
at
his baby mama getting involved with it, and a sex worker, he said allegedly. So, and then the whole Stevie J.
He better be able to back all that up.
You see, Stephen J told him, "See you on the street," but if he was up with it, he would have known that that wasn't Stevie J in the video. It was a porn star that came out and said it was him.
Oh, Stevie, allegedly. I mean, this ain't allegedly. This is what I believe. Stevie J. I think Stevie J all up and through as well. I'm sorry.
He is. I think he is too. In my opinion, I think he is too. Yeah. I mean, it's just so different layers to this thing.
I was surprised. To hear Cuba Gooding Jr.'s name in this.
Wow.
I mean, nothing surprises me anymore. I wasn't surprised to hear about TD Jakes. But I don't know. I was just a little surprised to hear about some of the people that's listed. Some of them I'm not gonna name, but I'm surprised.
But the funny thing is, he talked about Cuba Gooding and making him feel uncomfortable. Yet the pictures and the thing got him smiling as he is doing that. He don't look uncomfortable. I just think that if the other people,
I don't think
you can always say it's fear. It's you can always say it make you uncomfortable or fear. You are afraid. You fear. That's the whole thing that you can come up with. So it's almost like throwing a rock and hiding your hand, and then you were scared.
It's not true because I've taken a picture with a person that here in Savannah that was whispering stuff in my ear that I wasn't comfortable with, and they took a picture of us, and I smiled, and then right that picture, I walked away. So I mean,
But did you allow that person to? Yeah, I guess
you can't. I will never try to say what a person is feeling because you never know what kind of hold people have on them because you've never experienced it before. But sometimes people have, just like Cassie. I mean, a lot of times people is something that they want, something that they see, and they go after. They don't expect all the extra that they're going to get. Like women. Let's go back to a woman who marries a man and he starts abusing her. And people always ask, well, why did you stay? Well, sometimes you don't understand why a woman stays. When they're being abused. And sometimes it's for the money. Look at Portia and her man.
Well, listen, I agree with you. What I'm saying is, if you and I having this conversation, that's one thing. But when you're trying to do it in a courtroom, that's a lot to prove, as far as the court. That's all I'm saying. I've had people do lawsuits for, I've seen lawsuits and people falsely accusing and they coming from their perspective. But if you got a good lawyer, a lot of that stuff can be debunked. So I'm looking at stuff that he can actually prove in order for him to be able to get this lawsuit. Puffy got 7.
I think, you know what? I've had a girlfriend who was a receptionist for a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And there were things that happened after hours that she didn't appreciate, rub his own shoulders, little things, pass by, tap here, tap there.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew that she needed the job. She had
Mm-hmm.
kids at home, and that was her main thing. So she was willing to deal with some things, but when it got too much, she had to go. But you got some other not so smart people that still want whatever it is they were promised. And I'm not standing up for any of these people. But what I'm saying is, if this is being done, and this little boy may not win this case, but he bringing out so much other stuff.
Yes.
Sex trafficking, all that stuff needs to be taken care of. I don't know
Absolutely.
how we learn. I don't care how we learn about it. I just think it needs to be taken care of. He don't need to think that.
Absolutely. I think, this could be related or not, but I'm a firm believer of we teach people how to treat us. And when we don't address something that makes us feel comfortable immediately, that person is going to feel like it's okay. And sometimes and we do it unconsciously, subconsciously. It's not unconscious, subconsciously. We do it because we so excited. We excited about our new position. So if a person comes and like touch you on your shoulders, you may feel uncomfortable, but you're not thinking that this person is being inappropriate because you feel like they're just doing that. But some people, you don't know what people have been through that they may feel uncomfortable with you touching them. So I think a lot of times we just have to say immediately, if something don't feel right or feels uncomfortable, it's a way to address it without it being a whole lot.
I'm gonna put this on the screen. She just
Absolutely.
said, some people will compromise their souls for money and fame. And that's just it, Sharita. That's it.
And I feel like that person did. I feel like he did. And when he didn't get that Grammy, February, that's when everything comes out. Because you allow all
still,
if
he didn't get that Grammy, we wouldn't have known about all this.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
So,
This
good
is like revenge.
I'm good with it.
Yeah,
he needs to know he can't. Him and this is not going to stop people from doing
Well,
this.
listen, he's saying this stuff, but look how long Jaguar Wright been putting stuff out on him. A lot of that stuff she's been saying. She's just not saying in a lawsuit, but if you go back to all of her stuff, she's told all this stuff. This is nothing new. I mean, if she called out names.
Nobody was listening to her. Sometimes you got to put the hammer down to make people listen. And that's what this little boy did. I don't care if it was for revenge or what it was for. He did it.
Oh, I wouldn't agree to people not listening to her. She's very powerful influence in this hip hop. She just didn't do a lawsuit.
Who's listening? Well, she's been saying it for a long time, but ain't nobody raided his houses.
I agree.
Nobody raided the Homeland Security did not come to his house until now. I don't know if it's a mixture.
Who knows if it's
a mixture of this and a mixture of that, but the time is now.
Somebody's snitching on him. It may not be this kid, this guy, it may be other people.
We're getting the information from here, but I think Puffy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him, has made somebody up there mad.
Absolutely. So he had to sell his revolt. Did he sow his revolt? TV station. I think the guy from Essence bought it. It is still black owned now, so he's losing all of his endorsements. So I like put him on. I mean, then he got these. The crazy thing is, he has these 3 beautiful daughters. That and then I think Sunday want to post a little baby girl, beautiful little baby girl. Like, ain't nobody feeling you like that, Puffy. We all know that it was known to be a wild guy. There were words and information disclosed, aka trafficking, that got there. Yeah, absolutely. But they said it's credible. I've heard that it was credible.
Oh, I mean, who doesn't believe it's credible? I mean, I believe it's very credible. By the time they went in there, they probably had, made sure everything was good. But listen, a lot of times, it's probably been a lot of people at Diddy parties, right? That knew what was going on. But they not going to say nothing for fear of what will happen to them.
Right? Because you think about Kim, they say that I'll be sure, and I even hear Jamie Foxx little incident.
That's what I heard, but I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Jamie Foxx used to be at the parties. Anybody that's trying to Andre Harrell
Jamie Foxx situation, we were like, well, why is it so secretive? Like, what happened to him?
All of a sudden, nobody knew what happened to him. He had a stroke, so I know, we assumed he had one, but they really never said anything what was going on. And sometimes this could have been information that happened a while ago, but they take time to build up their cases and stuff. You definitely have to sign an NDA.
You do too. I'm sure you do too.
You gonna sue me?
If you make me sign an NDA, I'm probably not going. Because there's something going on there that I don't want to be a part of. I got to sign an NDA to come to a party. I mean, it's drugs and drinking there, but to have to sign an NDA.
A lot of people said they left early before dark. They left his parties early. And then Luke from 2 Live Crew, anytime he leaving a party, and he's wild card too.
People gonna say everything now. I wasn't a part of that. I never knew what was going on. I left during the day.
What do you think about the people that's coming out to support him? Like, I think Slim Thug, some people like a Fat Joe, they just saying neutral. I'm just praying for the brother. That's all I can do is pray for him.
Because they already know what's going on.
So do you think the people that's supporting him sacrificing their careers or being canceled by supporting him?
I think anybody that's supporting him and knowing exactly what he's doing is trifling.
Right. Also, Russell Simmons, they done went over into Bali and gave him a summons. Honestly, when I go out with some people, I feel like I want an NDA because everything is so public now. That's true. Once you use social media, you're taking
pictures and putting it on Facebook every 5 minutes.
Yes.
When I go out to a place and I'm like, well, I don't go out any place where because what I do in public is for public view. When I'm at home, that's for private, But sometimes, when I go places and they taking pictures and I'm like, smile, I want to be taken. I want to have a picture taken of me. There's been places I've gone like, nah, because I don't know, Sometimes you just got to say, no pictures.
No,
I ain't paparazzi, but I just don't feel like no pictures right now.
Right. Or you can take pictures, but don't post this on Facebook. A lot of times, even when we go out, we so busy taking pictures. Like, a lot of times when I go out, I don't even take a lot of pictures because I'm in the moment. I'm enjoying the moment. It may be 1 or 2 here, but just constantly taking pictures. No, I'm enjoying the moment. Yes.
I take pictures for memories. I love to go back and look at the memories and stuff like that. But to take a
Mm-hmm.
picture every 5 seconds. Now I know when I go to events, like when I came to Richmond, I went to the Love Movement.
Mm-hmm.
I love when Keith takes pictures. He knows how to take pictures. And they're fun. And you expect when you go to their events. That's a big part
Mm-hmm.
of their events is the pictures. I
Right.
love it. But when you with your friends and you at the house and y'all having like the 7 of us get together, we having fun doing our thing. We take some pictures and then pictures done. We having
Right.
fun, enjoying ourselves.
Enjoying
It's
the moment. Being in the moment.
right, right. I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like
So
whatever he got coming to him, if they can prove it, he was big
and
enough
it's
to
funny
do it,
that you
brother.
see these pictures, like he allowed people to bring their camera phones in it. But they say he asked people to video it and tape it or whatever. I guess he felt safe. But sometimes when you get so high in your power and in your mind, that stuff escapes you. You don't think about that anymore because you think you're bigger than the situation. So in the beginning of his career, he may have been more like, no, don't do that kind of thing. But where he was now or where he is now, he's probably not thinking that because he feels so powerful. Like you get comfortable.
Stop, put this man because Puffy used to be an assistant back in the day. I remember that myself
But
from
just imagine
some
what
of my
what
friends in at Norfolk State. Like they would come down, they would throw parties, and if Mo listening, he on here, he know he used to throw parties. One day he drive by, Biggie in the car. They was, that was when everybody was trying to make it happen. Everybody was street dude, this, that, and the other. And somebody got behind Puffy and said, I'm gonna lift you up because of whatever. And the boy is talented. He is talented.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why it's a shame.
Because
Him, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. It's just a shame that they allow things like this to almost erase everything that they work so hard for.
now
And
you think you see what happened to R. Kelly, so
but this stuff had already happened, and he had already done. I don't know. This is what this boy talking about happened in 2022, 2023. But when you feel like you're more powerful, I mean, he definitely has more money than R. Kelly had when R. Kelly was at his height.
I
Because
ain't even
money is
talking about money. I'm talking about all the stuff R. Kelly got put in jail for. You doing some of the same stuff. You being accused of some of the same stuff.
right. But when you feel like you invincible and that can't happen to you, you get careless and you think that's not gonna happen to me. R. Kelly was weak. He got caught up. My people loyal. That's not gonna happen to me.
But
You psych yourself up in your mind.
that's not the question I'm asking you. I'm asking you if R. Kelly, if people are bringing this stuff out and are able to prove it, if R. Kelly went to jail for doing, he
I
ain't
just
even did half of what P. Diddy done did.
I just told you when you powerful and you feel like you invincible and you got loyal people around you and you R. Kelly was never accused of killing people or rubbing people off or beating people up or shooting people. So he
So
didn't
I'm
have
asking,
that fear.
what do you think should happen? If
With
this
what?
happened with R. Kelly, with just the sex trafficking piece of it and the freak part, all that stuff, and they can prove all of this stuff with P. Diddy and all that stuff, don't you think? I don't care if you did it 2020. Don't you think he should still suffer some of the circumstances?
Absolutely, if not more.
What?
Absolutely. No, no, no. What I'm telling you is, and what I was saying was, he probably felt like he was invincible. And even you were saying that if that happened to R. Kelly, yeah. So that's why R. Kelly didn't threaten people. R. Kelly didn't nobody said that he was physically abusive to them. He won't out there killing people or shooting people or getting his goons on people or walking around toting guns and all that kind of stuff. So Puffy had people afraid. Allegedly, these people are afraid of him. That's
exactly.
what I'm saying.
That's
You're
what I'm
not
saying. He's
more
been
gangster.
allowed to create this pedestal for himself, brother love.
Absolutely.
Been allowed to look at himself almost godlike. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like he's above everything, and people gotta somebody. I don't know who has. And I'm not saying that we can't get to that point ourselves, guys. Trust me. Don't think that I'm saying that. But in these United States of America, in the music industry, I truly believe that there's somebody else behind him. And I think we kind of know who it is, but it's some other people as well. And I don't think that Sean should be the only one going down. They need to go get all these other people behind the scenes as well. But
I
when we figure
agree.
out who those people are, I don't know.
I agree, but somebody gonna take the fall. How many times have even that whole situation with the shooting? Allegedly, he paid Sean to take the fall, even though he was the one, and then the girl that was shot said it was him. And then they're saying that Jennifer Lopez had his gun, and she gave him the
Gave
gun.
that to her.
So this happened in 1999. What, 30 years ago? 25 years ago, and they, you know,
And what has she look? And you think about that. What was she promised to keep that secret? Because she went on to do some things.
but her people, as soon as that incident happened, she left him immediately. They broke up. Right soon after that incident, they broke up. Because
I
her
get
people like,
it.
no, this is not the type of publicity that you need. But
You
this was
still allowed
25
him
years
to do
ago.
it.
Right.
You still
25 years
allowed him
ago.
to do it.
Absolutely. 25 years ago, he was complete. He didn't have he wasn't a billionaire then. He didn't have all the power, the money. He wasn't in that position. So it was probably easier for her to get away. And plus, she trying to get her career, whatever. She had a career. It ain't like she won't doing anything. She had music.
She already
She was acting. Yeah, so she was already established, so she did not need him.
no, but I think after I mean, and I'm not saying, listen, you keep focusing on P. Diddy. I'm focusing on people behind him that can make things happen. So who knows what she was promised after she left to keep her mouth shut.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, it ain't just about him because
I agree.
I continue to say, listen, he ain't got where he at by himself. And we know he hasn't. And like I said, Clive Davis has been right by his side. He
Mm-hmm.
look quiet now, but I don't know. And like I'm allegedly, if I could run it across the screen, because we don't have no money for nobody to sue us. We just a podunk little podcast talking about hot topics. So, you
Yes,
know,
everything is alleged and in our
it
opinion.
is allegedly, and we just talking about. I mean, but even in everyday life, sometimes people they get a little highfalutin. They used to say back in the day, highfalutin,
Mm-hmm. Has to did it.
acidity, and think they
Mm.
crap don't stink. And a lot of
Right.
times, it always come back to bite you in the butt. Always
Yeah,
come
I mean,
back.
you can. I don't know how long he thought that he was going to be able to operate like that without any consequences.
For as long as
But
he could.
yeah,
For as long as he could.
yeah.
And and I was sitting there talking to somebody a while ago, and I was like, all of these young rappers, just all of a sudden passing away,
Mm.
and it's like, no, they getting shot here, or getting shot there,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. No, this stuff at a certain point, it's gonna come out how all this stuff happened. It's gonna come out.
Well, somebody's probably gonna be bold enough to tell. They're gonna just have to be a person that don't have anything to lose, or powerful enough to not care about it.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
I said, think about average people in our communities that don't talk or snitch on each other. Exactly.
Until they die, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, do you remember
No,
such
then they want somebody to tell. They ain't gonna
a
tell, but then when something happened to their family, they gonna want to find out who it is. But
it's a sad situation. And I think it's sad all the way around because like I said, even though he got grown sons and stuff like that and daughters, I mean, like what what are you setting up for them? They thinking they can go and do the same thing. I don't know. I don't know if you keep doing that. One of your children might, what happens if somebody retaliates on you? Then what? It's sad. It's
it's
really sad.
very
The one thing that's sad, I don't like I keep saying, I don't understand this Usher thing. He went to the camp. Um he was saying a little something. The one thing that he did say, he said, yeah, them P. Diddy parties was something. And he was like, yeah, I went to the camp and then all this stuff come out, and it's like, remember when they said he had herpes?
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I was thinking, I'm like, well, maybe that's where he got it from.
possibly. But Usher signed with LaFace, LA and LA Reid, which is tied to Puffy with some of this mess that's going on, and Babyface. So Usher's mom agreed to allow him to go to New York to hang with Puffy to
Yep.
get groomed for the business or whatever, and all that stuff happened.
But I'm like, if I was his mom and he came back and told me so, I would feel
He probably
horrible.
didn't. He probably didn't. He probably
You don't,
didn't.
you don't think he told his mama?
Mm-mm.
You think she just finding out all this stuff right
I
now?
think she found out what we found out. Right, Usher, because he is known to be a wild dude as an adult too,
Yeah, but
but
he was groomed as a
he was
child.
a kid. He was a kid when all of that stuff happened.
I
Usher
don't
was
think his
13,
mama
14.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think his
And
mama just found this stuff out. Girl, please. If you believe that I got a bridge, I'm gonna sell you right over Brooklyn.
I'm talking about not, she probably didn't know when it was happening. She probably knew when he was a little, a young adult. But did you hear anything about his mama snatching him up and removing him from P. Diddy and this whole hoopla without that? You don't think that would have gone public if mama would have found out while it was going on? She probably found out after the fact. I'm sure she didn't find out when it was going on. I can't imagine. She
She done
never
found
spoke
out
about.
before now.
Oh, absolutely. Before
Way
now, we
before now.
all found out before now. We knew, so I know she
Way
knew.
before now. I think she found out. I think he probably told her, because listen, if you take a little boy and put him in an environment and somebody touch him, he gonna start acting different. He gonna either withdraw, or he gonna be all for it, or something's going to happen. And if you're a mother that knows your child, you know when something changes.
Or you ignore that because you
Or
want
you
this
ignore it.
money, or you
Or
want
you
them to spam
ignore
in
it.
your money. You
Or
want
you
this lifestyle.
ignore it. Like you
Because why
just
would you send your teenager? I'm not sending my teenager off to live with somebody else. No, no, sir. When you got Jermaine Dupri right there in Atlanta, you got all these Dallas Austin, all these people right there in Atlanta. Why send him up there?
because they
Mm-mm.
wasn't doing what Puffy was doing back in the day.
Mm-mm. And L.A. Reid is part of it too. It was that whole thing with Jay-Z with L.A. Reid and Tierra Marie. She was another one that, was allegedly abused and all of that kind of stuff, taken advantage of.
people were to raise their hand and say "Me too," we would be thoroughly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And how many people? Because you had people that you were like, "Well, dang, they were good. What happened to them?" I guess they decided to stop playing the game, and then they went. I want to know
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige's story.
Well,
I need
she
to know.
apparently, did you hear that she was pregnant by him and
I
terminated
heard
the
about
pregnancy?
that when I was in college.
Yeah, that she was pregnant by
I ain't
Puffy
really
and terminated.
not, but I mean, it's just it.
Lil' Kim.
Surprise! Now I know Lil' Kim been through some stuff. I'm sure she been through some stuff. But it take the people at a certain point to somebody gonna come out with it all. They gonna write up.
Yeah,
They
now
gonna
it's
do a
gonna take for
movie.
where everybody tried to write a tell-all book ended up
They gonna
on
do a
the.
movie. They gonna do a
Let's
movie.
see if I'll Be Sure is able to get his tell-all book out because he feels like Puffy has something to do with him being in his medical emergency. He feel like it has something to do with it.
I mean,
And
because you think I'll Be Sure was on top for a minute, and then all of it. It's like the people that be on top. Then the next thing you know, like let's go back to Jamie Foxx. All of a sudden, something happened to Jamie Foxx. Don't nobody know where he at, what's going on. The family ain't talking, ain't nobody talking. It's all hush hush. And we thinking the man dying. He gonna die. Next thing you know,
Mhm.
back a little slower than normal, but he back on the scene. It's like, what the heck happened?
I don't know, but it's easy if you got power, if you got people, you got money, and it's easy to slip something in somebody's food, somebody's drink, the odorless stuff that you don't know what you
That's
ingest in
why you
there.
don't drink everything people give you. Don't come bringing me no drink. No, I need to be at the bar and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
Yeah, you just never know.
I got some drinks for y'all. No, thank you, but no, thank you.
Yeah, and it's
Thanks.
funny, people feel like, yeah,
I don't know. It's just a lot going on in the world today, and you don't know who to trust sometimes. To be honest,
true.
who to trust, who to believe, who to even starting relationships. It's like you meet a person, and next thing you know, you got 10 people telling you, "Girl," like
Yeah, I agree.
okay. I'm like, Lord Jesus, and have mercy. I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, people, we just on here talking about hot topics. Now I want to bring up another little hot topic. I don't know if it's real or not. So this is alleged. We've been seeing stuff about it. Beyonce separating her assets from Jay-Z. I'm like, okay. She thinking something about to happen.
Possibly, like she was just on iHeartRadio accepting the award, saying that thank you to her husband and best friend. So who knows?
That ain't got nothing to do with her separating her assets.
Well, she think they may be coming for her. Yeah, coming for him because it seems like he's next. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like he's next. So
Mm-hmm.
you ain't
His
got
life
Will.
in 2 minute circles.
Mm-hmm.
And look, yep. Starting with Will. Then who else was after that? Um, you had the comedian thing with
Cat Williams, yeah.
Cat Williams telling everybody business. Now people just coming out from under rocks and everywhere. They like forget it. I
And
mean,
people, we like gossip, we like foolishness, so we go believe whatever is thrown out there.
I don't believe whatever's thrown out there until you give me some evidence. Now,
I said
P. Diddy,
we as
we've been
people.
knowing, we've been knowing things been going on with P. Diddy for a long time, but now they hooking TD Jakes, they hooking Oprah, they hooking um Medea. I say Medea.
But listen, how that Christian Key caused all that hoopla. Now he quiet, took the video down. People think he got paid off. What you think?
Probably got paid off.
Mm-hmm.
He
I agree.
probably
All black men following the Harry Weinstein and all of them.
Tanya, somebody that made them mad. Somebody that made them mad. That's how I feel. Somebody that made them up there mad. That's why I said
Or maybe feel like they getting too
people
big.
behind. It's the people behind Puffy that's gonna allow him to get to this point.
Or maybe they feel like they getting too big. They getting too popular. They getting too powerful. They getting too wealthy. Sharon said, look at all the ones that came out with Puffy, Mace, Lil Kim, then all the Tupac and Biggie beef, then both end up dead. Yeah.
Well, you know, Mace, they had all kinds of stories about him and Mace.
Yeah, him and Mace separated, him and Kim not separated, the Total girls, like, you know, Shine, all these people that, Craig Mack, all these people that said that they were with Bad Boy and stuff, and, you know, she said the TD Jakes allegation hurt my feelings. Yeah.
It hurt a whole bunch of people's feelings, baby.
Yeah, TD Jakes.
But you got, like I said, you got these people that have this God-like, we've given them this, you can't do no
Put them
wrong.
on a pedestal. Mm-hmm.
Right? And they just men just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. They succumb to power issues, pressure, peer pressure, all kinds of stuff.
You would think a person in the cloth would have a little bit more morals and scruples and get mixed up with like that, but you would think. And but see, what gets me is people in that situation. See, that's why I don't go to church. See, that's why I don't be fooling around no church, because just stuff like this. I ain't going to church because they send us to like
an excuse to go to church, not to go.
Everybody, but people would make it.
Everybody not like that. So whoever would use that excuse, you probably somebody that never wanted to go to church anyway.
Probably not.
My minister ain't doing stuff like that I, believe that. If it happened, I'd be thoroughly surprised.
Me too. And I'd be heartbroken, but because I don't think you see, we don't worship our pastors and bishops and stuff, but we do have a level of expectation for them.
Right.
They're not perfect, but I don't expect Jakes to be perfect, but I don't expect him to be mixed up in this foolishness either. So that, that's a lie. But then they said he was gay, so on the DL. So yeah,
they've been saying that for a while, Rachel. So I mean, I don't know if you know that, but they've been saying TD Jakes was gay for a little while.
And my thing is, so what? If you are gay, so what? Why does people like? I don't know. Why you feel like you can't be yourself and hide it? If you gay, you gay. I don't care. Just be honest. Swallowed. Yeah, he wasn't some swallowed.
It's not funny. It's not funny. But it's not funny, y'all. It's when we get to the serious parts, it's serious. But my thing is, it's just at a certain point, it just gets to be too much.
Okay, Sharon, I see the Illuminati has been invaded and the truth is coming out. But they said that crumbled and everybody, being affected by it.
But why is it only us?
Why is
it only us?
Look, won't Bruce Willis? Was Bruce Willis part of the No,
I ain't heard none of that.
Was it Bruce Willis? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
If it was, it wasn't no big deal made about it.
Black folks. Well, I ain't said black folks.
They gotta sacrifice somebody, Tanya, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's always us who fall for the okie doke.
Because we want money and power and respect. We
And
want
at a certain
we
point,
want the right person's respect.
we right here with you, so we looking you in the face. Ain't nothing you gonna be able to do to us now. And the next thing you know, they chopping you down, like I said, the cherry tree.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, and listen. I'm not saying that we can't be, you know, face to face. We haven't gotten to the point where we got as much money as them. I don't know. But in this situation, we always knew that Clive Davis was the one who was backing up Diddy. Now, who else done got into that gravy train? I don't know. But if you see a black man making money with black rappers, singers, doing all of this stuff, you're going to put some money in there, right? You're going to start flowing some money through his business and saying, hey,
I
it's an
mean,
I'm investing in you. I'm investing in you. And he getting bigger and bigger as you investing and bringing more artists and doing all this crazy stuff. And if you like a little boy toy, he can get you a little boy toy, whatever. You invest, and one day he like, Diddy like, I got this. And maybe you not, maybe he not doing what you want him to do no more. It's time to bring him down a peg or 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down, baby.
well, yeah, he ain't doing something right. Bad Boys took over the 90s. Then all his Ciroc. I mean, he's a mogul. Him,
Yeah,
Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons. He done fled to Bali. They went over there and got him. You know, like what the world? All that stuff that he allegedly had done. You
I
know,
think it's
Kim. Kim and Kamora Lee were best friends, and Claudia Jordan was really good friends with the other girl, them and the girl Kathy White that was supposed to be Jay-Z's boo. So it's
White got a lot of information herself,
who?
Kathy.
She
And
did.
no, not that Kathy. Kathy, the
Kathy
Cassie,
Hughes.
Kathy Hughes. She got a
Yeah.
lot of information herself.
Cassie had 2 songs over 20 years. Exactly. She loved that lifestyle. She got mad after Kim died and he publicly embraced her, talking about Kim was his soulmate.
And you know what? And
Okay.
I'm saying this, right?
He sued a drink company. This is some retaliation. That's possible too. What is it, De Leon or Ciroc or something?
I don't think I think Kim had a different um hold over him. Like, cause
He loved her.
he,
Allegedly.
no, I think he really did. I think he did. I
And she
think
probably won't putting up with his foolishness.
I don't.
Yeah.
If somebody came back and said that Kim was putting up with that foolishness, I would be thoroughly surprised.
Well, he was physically abusive towards her. I
Well,
heard allegedly.
I think he was.
Yeah, because she probably, she didn't do what he said, wanted. He's that person that likes control. He want to control everything. He wants power and control.
The crazy thing is, no, never.
The public embarrass her. I mean, you think that's
I'm
real?
about to tell you something when we get off of here. I can't say it online.
Yeah, I'm sure she loved the lifestyle. I don't know everything that came with it. I mean, that was a lot. I don't know.
Anybody
I
that
don't
can
want to
deal
get into
with,
the victim shaming.
I mean, look at Lord have mercy, this boy name has slipped my mind. Jay-Z other half back in the day. Kim ex-husband.
Kanye West.
Kanye. Look at how crazy that joker done got. You see that woman that he be with?
That's his
You see
wife.
what You see, I don't care who she is. You see what that woman wears?
He
She
wears
be
the
butt
same thing.
naked in public. Kanye has gone. I think somebody put something in Kanye drink or something. He always been
Kanye
he always
is
been over the top, but I think somebody done did something to that man.
Kanye is bipolar, and I think his mother's passing triggered it.
May have, because he was able to control it at one point, and now it's just
He could be schizophrenic. They do okay as long as they're on their medications, but as soon as they stop their medications. Now, Martin, that little episode he had, that was probably a acute psychotic break or whatever. But
what else
it's not that,
talking about?
huh? When
What you
Martin Lawrence went off that time and was throwing stuff in the street and
you know
naked in the street.
Kanye and Martin
No, no,
Lawrence?
no, no. I'm talking about, I'm relaying it to a mental health breakdown. Yeah,
Okay,
you said you had a breakdown.
quite possible because something happened. Something happened, and it's like you know,
Mental health is, yeah.
it's serious, and a lot of these people have mental health issues and don't pay attention to them until crazy stuff happens.
Puffy strikes me as somebody that,
Narcissist.
yeah, but it's almost like it was triggered by, let's say, when he was up and coming, like he was hazed and they dogged him out to try, because he was so hungry to get this to get to the top. So I feel like he was hazed. And so once he got there, he paying all these people back. Like, that's the mindset of he has, to haze everybody else, and the power and the control and all that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like, where did this come from? And I feel like that's what it is. He was like a go-getter. He was, that type of person that it was all about trying to do this and be this record industry, staying late. They know he wanted that. He was an intern. So he was there 24/7. So I feel like he was hazed by maybe the Andre Harrells and the other people. And, I don't know. And so now he's kind of like, well, they did me like that, so I'm going to do them like that. This is how it is. And they said, if you want to get to the top, this is the hazing that you go through. And it just so happens to
Guess
turn
what? You have to deal
sexual.
with it.
Hmm?
He gonna have he made the wrong people mad. Andre Harrell and all the people ain't do that.
Yeah.
The wrong people mad, and hey,
Right, exactly. That's power. That's control. Ty said, think about making a band. He made those people walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake because he could, and he knew that they were money hungry and they would do it. And I'm sure
but that's
he's
what I said to you at the
thing.
beginning of the show. I said that to you at the beginning of the show. These people, like this little boy right here, he was able to make this little boy do all kinds of stuff until you promised him something and he ain't get it. So now this what
Right.
you
I'm
get.
going back to the psychological part. Like, why would he want to do that? Or why would he think that this is okay? Or why would he even do that? Like, you can get what you want from people without being cruel and without being, that way. Why do you choose to go about it that route? That's
No,
what
I
I'm
don't. The thing is, I don't think that he can get a lot of people to do what he wants them to do without his power. He can't. I don't think, because of some of the things that he's done in the past. I think a lot of people. He's got to go in there and promise people things. People know what Puffy can do. People back in the day, people knew what Kanye could do. People know what Jay-Z could do. Being associated with all these different names, Clive Davis, Pharrell, all them people know what they can do, but it's once you get inside there, get inside of their groups that they have, and then you really see what you have to do to get to where you need to go. And that's the problem. Like you said, he got this power. And I mean, let me not even say, let me go here in corporate America. as a Black woman in corporate America. I have been exposed to some things I shouldn't have been exposed to. I shouldn't have had to deal with at all. Men saying whatever the heck they felt like they could say because they thought that I wanted to be a part of this or a part of that. People are going to do what you allow them to do. And if you don't say anything, they got you. They're going to continue to do it.
Exactly. That's why I said the first time you make me feel uncomfortable, I'm going to say something. I don't have to cut you out to say, if you don't like being touched, you could, even if you made something up.
Everybody's not gonna do that, Sharita. You will. You work for yourself. Everybody's not gonna do that because look at how many women have held that stuff in. Everybody's not gonna do that.
I see both ways. I get it. I get it.
Everybody's not gonna do it because 9 times out of 10, you got kids at home to feed. So until it gets to a point where it's too much to handle, then you might say something. But then when you go to tell that story of what happened, you got all these times where all this stuff that happened and you done dealt with it.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if that's what you get on the back end, if you don't say something on the front end, then you're going to get all this on the back end. And you'll be like, well, he did this. Well, did you say that made you uncomfortable? Did you acknowledge what did you say? Because you can say this makes me uncomfortable.
And guess what will happen? Guess
you
what?
Might get fired. You might get fired.
I'm not even saying that. You might not get fired, Sharita. You might, if somebody can make you feel uncomfortable and you can say, don't do that. But because they're in a position higher than you, they can ignore everything you say.
I agree. And that's psychological abuse. I get it. I get it 100%. I get it. You just got to decide what you're going to do. I get it 100%. That's where the courage comes from. Everybody don't have that. Everybody, to say something, you see something, say something. Something makes you feel uncomfortable. What I'm saying is, like, you don't have to get to the point where it's a lawsuit, because if I'm touching you, I'm a touchy-feely person. If I touch you on your shoulder, I'm not meaning any harm, but it may make you uncomfortable. But if you don't say, hey, Sharita, my boundaries, I don't like people putting their hands on me, touching me, then I got to respect that. And if I come back and try to retaliate or whatever, that's on me, then you got to take that next step or whatever. But as the longer you don't say anything, the longer they're going to think you like it, it's okay, and they're going to continue to invade your space if you don't say anything.
That's absolutely true. But sometimes
you what you're saying too.
Be saying something the whole time, and they could be ignoring exactly what you say every time.
I agree with you 100%. And then that's the case where you go to HR, you get other people involved and all of that kind of stuff. I get it 100%. It is sexual harassment training 101.
It is. Yeah. It is, but like y'all said before, in this industry, you got people that want what they want, and sometimes they get overzealous, and they get influenced, and it's sad. It's sad on both ends that you allow this to happen, and that the other person doesn't, and you got your kids involved. That's the part that I'm like, you got your kids involved in this case. It's like,
he's a sick person. That's a sick-minded individual. That's a sick-minded person. Can he be rehabilitated? I don't know.
But my question is, and so I'm gonna go back here, like you did say. I wonder if at the end of the day, somebody gonna do a story about how this all happened to him.
This will be the time for him to come out and say it himself, and then maybe we can have a little bit more empathy. We can have a little bit more empathy. Yeah, we can have a little bit more empathy for him.
But
Exactly. So even in
Even,
our case
even if
situation,
he came out right now, I still wouldn't have empathy for him, because then you going and treating people like how you felt.
but
And
I get you, but you can understand, like with R. Kelly, who knew that his sister had sexually abused him, and that he was sexually abused as a young child, which made him like the exposed to stuff that he should not have been exposed to. So when you hear that story and then you see what he's done and how he's repeated those behaviors, you can't help but have some empathy for him. That don't mean that what he did was right.
as a grown man, you could have went and got some help.
He could have.
If
Just the
you
same way these people could be as grown people tell you that you make me feel uncomfortable when you talk, when you touch me. You can look at it either way, you
Well,
know.
this boy in this case, he did say that he told them on certain instances that things made him feel uncomfortable. But I think, like I said, I'm only using this because our producer sent it to us,
Mm-hmm,
and it
mm-hmm.
got everything that happened. This little boy, if he let all of this, and I called him a little boy, young man, if he let all of this stuff happen to him because he was being promised a Grammy or whatever it was, that's on him. But it is a case, so he can take it to court.
Yeah, he could.
Isn't it?
But
A lot of
if he said that I'm uncomfortable, you know, I'm uncomfortable or whatever, you know, he could just say he uncomfortable or he felt forced. So I think I read it later. What did he do to make you feel like it was forced, or you had no other option, or you had no other choice? Did he put a gun in your head? Did he threaten your family? Did he do this? And if those were the cases, why didn't you go to the police at that time? So
But guess
these are all
what?
things that
You
I
see
was
what
his
happened.
lawyer.
See what happened to Tupac. You see what happened to Biggie and a couple other ones that we don't know about.
But we can't prove that he did that.
I
He
said
done.
allegedly. Didn't I say allegedly?
No,
Everything
no,
is
no, no, no. I'm saying what he can't prove. Like who's tying him to these deaths is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, no,
Yeah,
no! I'm talking about what the little boy may have been thinking. You know, if I go and I say something, or if I leave here knowing everything that I know, what's gonna happen to me? But
well,
now,
you could be like,
Cassie made it. I think Cassie opened the door
yeah.
for everything.
But you think about it. He ain't trying to pay this guy. He settled with Cassie the next day or within 2 days. He ain't thinking about settling with this guy. That lawyer read that stuff and was like, "It's so many loopholes in that lawsuit." He's probably gonna try to fight that.
Well, look, we don't know what happened with Homeland Security going to his house either.
They say they found some tapes. They say they found some stuff.
So it might be some evidence that he ain't got to even fight in court. It might be some evidence to
That's
back
true.
his stuff up. So when Homeland Security go into your houses, baby, it ain't good.
I think maybe, you know, maybe the relationship that he had with Cassie made him want to settle as easily and you know, to settle that case too because they were together so long and maybe he did want because he offered her some money before, but I guess it wasn't enough that she wanted. I think he may have offered her $10 million
Shut
or
up.
gave her 10.
That man loved that woman. He offered her money to shut her mouth. Because once you
Look,
have that one person around you that knows so much, come on. You got that
mm,
one person around you. I'm glad y'all agree with each other. I'm still gonna
I'm
say
just saying, like
still saying what I got to say. I mean, you know,
it's
at a certain point, I think at a certain point, everybody can speak for themselves, can speak up for themselves. But when you get these, I'm just saying, when you got money, put money out in front of people, they'll accept quite a bit of stuff that they
now
wouldn't have.
any sense right now, he needs to start going back to what happened to him and trying to at least get some type of empathy or something that, you
Need to
know,
go
because
to
right now, Because right now you're looking like a monster.
You
look like
Jakes. He
no.
can't look no worse. He can't look no worse than R. Kelly. I mean, that's why I say it.
His stuff is way from R. Kelly wasn't violent. R. Kelly didn't threaten people. R. Kelly didn't you don't hear about him like he could have killed this. He's not associated with nobody's death. He's not. Nobody said that he was physical.
Didn't you just say they can't prove that? Didn't you just say they can't?
No, I'm talking about nobody. None of those women ever said that R. Kelly beat them or got people on them or threatened to do them bodily harm if they didn't do what he wanted them to do.
Oh, he should get worse than R. Kelly, right?
Yes. He's a monster. I'm saying he needs to come out with something because right now he's looking like a monster.
What's going to help him look any better? I don't care if you tell me what happened to you when you was a child. You didn't have to do this stuff to anybody else.
He sure didn't. I'm not saying it's an excuse. No, I'm not saying it's absolutely he should have. And hurt people. You can't go hurting people because people hurt you. You deal with that. What I'm saying is he looks like a monster. I want to know why. Why did you do these things to these people? Why did you treat people like that? Why did you feel like this was okay? That's what I want to know.
Just put it in the comments. We've been talking about it this whole time.
It's beyond the power. It's beyond that.
It's power. You allow, just like you just said. You just said it yourself, Sharita. You said, if you continue to allow people to do stuff, if I continue to touch you and you told me not to touch you, then I'm going to keep thinking you all right with it. I might slide my hand down a little bit more. You feeling some kind of way, but you ain't telling me. I might slide my hand down a little bit more. You sitting there trembling in your boots, but you ain't saying nothing. It's
the same way he did. Rod didn't say anything when he said Cuba Gooding was looking. But listen, I'm not defending anything that Puffy is doing. What I'm saying is my question, Sharita's question would be to him. Why? What made you think that this was okay? Why did you, and I'll beyond the power because I could. It's deeper than that. Why would you feel like it's okay to treat people like that? Why would you do that?
Why do you even care at this point? Why? That's for somebody else to care about. It's so many
therapists. I'm looking at it as a therapist. I think he should go to jail and be there for life for what he's done. Yeah. But the therapist part of me, I want to dig a little deeper into the psyche of him. What is going on?
Figure that out. I just want to know what all has happened.
Yeah, you'll never know that. It's probably you talking about 30 plus years of stuff. You talking about 30 plus years of stuff.
There's probably so many people out. That's right, Tanya. Say it for us.
Allegedly. I want to know, like, what were you thinking? What happened to you? What made you think this was okay? Those would be my questions to him. Your question might be what all happened.
But my thing is, did he really think? He might not even thought that it was okay. He just did it because he wanted to. You don't think that.
And if that's his answer, that's his answer. But I would like to ask him those questions. I can't answer it for him. But these are the questions because we don't know. These are the questions that I would ask him. What would you ask him, Tanya? If you had a one with Puffy.
See if Dante could get you a front row seat.
To what?
To ask him those questions.
Yeah, I would like to.
I personally, if he went to court, then maybe those questions could be answered. But I would like to know. I definitely would like to know who all was involved, because I think not only Diddy need to go down, because I think Diddy gonna take the rap for everything, but everybody that was involved, the people that everybody. Now, if you're doing grown-up things, but if you sex trafficking and abusing people, younger kids and all that kind of stuff, that's what you need to go to jail the stuff that you did with adults. Now they were saying that they were putting stuff in people's drinks and stuff like that. That is illegal. And if you bring in somebody to a Diddy party and you know that that's happening after dark, like you said, people say they left before dark. If you know that that's happening after dark, you need to go to jail with Diddy too, because you knew it was happening. Not just him. It's a whole bunch of monsters out there right there with him that we probably ain't gonna never find out about, because he gonna take the fall for them all.
He
Unless
may.
we find out about a whole bunch of them.
Well,
And
let's see how much power and
people
influence and
he take it down with him too.
but let's see how much power and control and all that stuff he got now to get him out of this mess. Let's see if he powerful enough to get out of this. Let's see if he got enough money to get out of this. Let's see.
I don't know. I bet I think that I would be surprised if he said some names in addition to his. I would be surprised.
Yeah, but he might be of that mentality that he ain't no snitch.
Well, you get what you get then, right?
He let Sean take the rap for shooting that person. He might.
Exactly.
This might be his karma. You gonna take the rap. So
he done already sold Revolt TV, like you said. I mean, what else he get ready to sell off? We'll see. But guys, this was a hot topic. This was a hot, sizzling hot topic. So,
do you pray for him?
Huh?
Do you pray for him? Do you say pray for Puffy?
I ain't praying for him. I mean, I'm a good Christian, but I know. Now, I might pray for his kids, his daughters, the people that's gonna be affected by this. That, I mean, not the boys, they knew what they was doing. The girls, people that may be affected by it, had nothing to do with it. But or people that got caught up in it, these sex trafficking underage people, you know. But
the same thing is the women, like the Young Miami, and if she allegedly getting the sex workers and Daphne Joy, and
they said she was bringing in young girls,
flying drugs to them,
But if you knew what you was doing, some people, I when you're young, sometimes you don't know what you're doing. You're not looking at the here and now. You're not really looking into the future. So I don't know. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. I do.
For the kids.
For the kids.
For kids.
For kids that they, they may be throwing money at them, and they just seeing this and that, and coming from broken homes or abused homes, and those are the people that I feel bad for. That's it. Everybody else, you kind of know what you.
Well, you think about like just being in this relationship with Cassie that long, Kim, and not ever getting married. I mean, everybody's not the marrying type, but not settling down and not fully committing, all that stuff. But in any case, we don't talk about it. Did he do it?
Did he do it? Y'all tell us.
I think he did. Absolutely. Yeah.
We both think he did it. We just got two different ways. Not even different ways. We just got little different ways of thinking about. She want to know about his childhood or what he went through, and I'm just like, okay, get some.
Yeah, because I always want to know our experiences shape us into who we are. Like, what happened to you to make you become this type of person?
You're right.
That's my thing, because there are other moguls and millionaire people with money that don't go that route. So
But look, we might be surprised because I'm like, I didn't know Jamie Foxx was mixed up allegedly in this stuff.
Yeah, they
Right?
say he went to some parties.
There's a ton of
But
people.
listen, if you a celebrity, and you in that celebrity world, you gonna try to go. You gonna the hottest ticket in town is Puff Daddy's party. Yeah, you gonna want to go. But if you see some things that like, nah, I'm never going back to another Puffy party because I don't like what happened. Then you not going back. But if I was a celebrity and out there and his party's the hypest thing, yeah, I'm gonna want to be a part of it. I want to go to the party, see what the hype is about and all that kind of stuff. But
If
once
I
you see it,
got a name, I probably
huh?
ain't.
If
If
you
I
got
got
something NBA,
yeah,
like,
I'm
yeah,
probably not going. I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
some. I mean, you might want to go just to see one time. After that, you like,
yeah,
yeah,
you want to go see, and the NDA could be because there's other celebrities there. You're not
I'll
thinking
say
like what I will
yeah.
see. Yeah, the NDA is because other celebrities, and that's to protect everybody's privacy. Depending on the situation, that's that celebrity world. Yeah,
Yep.
growing in this takes an impact on your perspective. Yeah.
A lot of people, some people, and I wish I could have got him on here to interview him, but I know he probably would not have said a word. But some people are okay with a level that you wouldn't even think about. So if you okay with that level, then you like, well, shoot, I'm gonna take it up to here. I'm good with that. That ain't nothing. I see that in my streets. So,
Mm-hmm.
and look at the people that he used to working with. Some of them came from the streets, ain't. So of course you're gonna come in ready to go. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
think he
he
was
came from Harlem. It ain't like he old country boy from backwoods. He came, grew up in
no. I'm not
Harlem. Yeah,
talking about that. I'm just talking about people from the streets. You could come
gotcha.
from the streets of New York, the streets, and have not experienced anything until you start working
Mm, that's
in the
true.
streets. So once you get to that point, you like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Party, party, party all the time. And Diddy threw the best party. So why not?
Exactly. So
And this
yeah, I'm going to his party just to see what the hype is about. But then when I see some things that makes me uncomfortable, then I'm not going back because I'm not about that life. I'm not into that. That's not what Mm-mm.
that's you and me. Some other people might not be.
They
Even with
actually,
some other
yeah,
people. And especially people who want to do business with him in the music industry. That might be how they think they can, go to a Diddy party and make moves or whatever. I don't know. But like we said, this was our hot topic. I know we are on here to inspire her, but we have hot topics. And listen, some of these things you need to know about. Because what if you meet a person like him? You need
mm-hmm.
to pay attention. There's a lot of men out here that run the same game as him, just on a lower level.
Yep.
And you need to know these things. And
I
I got
agree.
a guest here that wants to say good night to y'all. Say
Oh, hi, Max.
good night.
Hi, Mr. Max.
Even over here asleep. But yeah, so we enjoyed y'all. Thanks for coming on here talking to us. And we
Let
will
us know
be
what y'all think.
back.
Yes, next week we're gonna talk about girl. You can't look. Be like, girl, you can't have it all. Says who? Can we really have it all?
Can we really have it all?
Can
I
we
think
really
we
have it
can.
all? That's what
I
we're gonna
think.
talk about next week. We gonna
Oh,
sit.
We are
listen.
here.
Wait before you turn that on. Don't forget, we are taking letters now. So if you have a
Yeah.
letter you want Red and Fee to help you out, read your letter online and get some advice for you, send us the letter, send it to us. Our email, we'll put that out on the site on Facebook. Send it to Inspire Her InspireHer, one word, ttw@gmail.com. InspireHer, ttw@gmail.com, or you can send it to us through Facebook. So if you worried about something, girl, come on. Let us help you. And I know men listening to this too. So look, if y'all want to send us a letter about your girlfriend, let us know. Send it to us. We'll help you out too. So, all right. Now, bye.
Bye-bye.
To inspire her, the total woman.
Yeah.